Poker is awesome. It's great.
Poker is absurd.
You know, where else in any other sport that you love, you know, can you play in the biggest, you know, event in the world?
Joe Blow can turn $10 into $1 million.
Poker's a fun game that requires a certain amount of skill, a certain amount of bluff, and a whole lot of luck.
You don't have to be physically strong. You don't have to be extremely intelligent. It's an everyday game for an everyday man.
It's a roller coaster. It is.
Poker is great when you win and horrible when you lose.
Poker is good, bad, and very ugly.
Poker is something you should do for fun and not for living.
It's a living. It's you know, they say it's a tough way to make an easy living.
You know, and that's what I love it.
It's like sex. Everybody thinks they're the best, but only a few know what they're doing.
Welcome back to Paradise Island, Bahamas and the Atlantis Resort for the Party Poker Canadian Poker Championship. Last episode, we saw Weber King Kang go from chip leader to Tilt City and out of the tournament in a few short hands.
There's a whole bunch of internet players here.
Today, at the feature table, European professionals Lothar Landauer and Ray Sanchez doing battle against the crowd favorite Troy Otto and Canada's own Jennifer Dixon.
I'm excited.
Coming up on the Party Poker Canadian Poker Championship.
Welcome to the Party Poker Canadian Poker Championship here at the Atlantis Resort in the Bahamas. When you see the full access logo right here, you are getting unprecedented behind-the-scenes footage from the glitz at the head table to intimate moments with the players.
That's a good question. I'd have to say myself, because when I play the game, I have to put myself into the first position, because if I don't, then there's always that thought of losing the tournament.
I think I'm looking at first place.
I am a winning player.
Playing against the pros doesn't really scare me because I've seen them all play before, so they haven't seen me play.
I don't like to say that I'm good. I like when the other players I'm playing against saying that I'm good.
I like my chances, and I'm thinking about getting to the final table.
Wouldn't say I'm the greatest, but I do all right.
Before every tournament, every big tournament I play in, I read TJ's book.
Play good poker tomorrow, because I'm going to be in there trying to beat you all.
I do well when I read it, you know, it's a good book.
Welcome back to the action at the Party Poker Canadian Poker Championship feature table. We are now just past the halfway point. 40 players remain from an original starting field of 100 finalists. And of course, in the last episode, wow, what a spectacular flameout. Weber Kang from chip leader to Gonzo in a few short hands, no longer in the field. King Kang has been eliminated, and we are left with only one known pro in the field. Captain Tom Franklin still doing battle at the Party Poker Canadian Poker Championship. Back to the action. We are in level 7. The blinds are 300 and 600, ante of 75. Ace Jack offsuit for American Francis Wipinski in the big blind in seat number 1. King Jack offsuit for Ray Sanchez in early position, and he will fold. 6-9 suited for Eric Baldwin. He will fold. Troy Otto's out. Jennifer Dixon on the button with a King 4 of clubs. She'll let it go. Pocket 8s in the small blind. He's going to play this hand. Chuck Fury, American player in seat 9, makes it 5,800 to go. All in, just like that. Bang. Francis Wibisky moves all in instantly, and Charles Fury calls instantly with his pocket 8s. We have a classic no-limit hold'em race. Ace-Jack offsuit for Francis in the 1 seat. Pocket 8s for Charles Fury in the 9 seat. The eights a slight favorite over the ace-jack. Eights have the ace-jack covered. Charles Fury's the big stack. Just waiting for tournament director Jim Miller to call the hand for everyone else in the room. They'll bring the cards to the table. Let's take a look at the flop.
Ace-jack is still leading.
Queen-jack 4. Francis Wapinski flops the jack. He's going to win unless an 8 comes on the river. No, sir. 2-pair for Francis Wapinski. Doubles up. We are at 40 players. The average stack is just over 25,000 chips. Francis Wapinski goes from short stack to ahead of average when his ace-jack offsuit doubles through the 8s. Welcome back to the game, Francis. Chuck Fury's oversized raise pre-flop to 5,800 really committed him to the hand. Once Francis moves all in, at very close to 3-1, you have to make the call with the pocket 8s. As it turns out, of course, he got all his money in with the best of it. You can't fault his play. But when you make that 5,800 chip bet into a stack that only has a little over 12,000, then you risk exactly that. You risk that the 12,000 chip player will move all in, and then you're going to have to call with virtually any 2 cards. So, tip for the home players. Manipulate the size of the pot such that you can escape the clutches of death if you want to leave yourself an escape valve. The dominant stack at the table is Troy Otto in the 6th seat. There's Troy with the visor and sunglasses. Beside him, Eric Baldwin on the left of your screen.
I know, he's
Troy's the big stack. You can see his giant stack of chips there. He's dominating this table with the amount of chips in front of him. On the action, the button in seat 1, small blind with Lothar Landauer in seat 2, and the big blind with Vernon Cotto in seat 3. There are 1,500 chips in the pot to start the hand. King 8 of spades for young Swedish pro Ray Sanchez under the gun. He folds. Ladies. Pocket queens for Troy Otto makes it 3,000 to go. Jennifer's out. Keith Tilson in the 8th seat is going to give it some thought. He folds. A queen-jack offsuit for Chuck Fury in 9. That's a horrible call. He doesn't know that, but that's your worst-case scenario right there. Troy's got queens. You've got a queen-jack. You're about a 9-1 dog. Pocket deuces for Francis Wapinski in the 1 seat, and he also is going to call. Troy's queen's the best hand. He's got 2 players behind him who have position on him. Big trouble for Troy's queens. He's got an overpair with his queens. Francis Wapinski in the 1 seat on the button has flopped a set of deuces. Troy's coming out betting for 6,000. Chuck Fury is going to give it a little Hollywood with his queen-jack and fold. What does Francis Wapinski want to do with his set of deuces? He's going to give us a little Hollywood. Flips up the corner of his lip.
I said it was the perfect flop for me. I knew I was going to regret that.
Whispers that he's all in. Troy's facing a tough decision now. And he knows he is.
Oh, shit. That was a perfect flop.
Troy's Showtime Otto. Not shy about sharing his emotions and talking his way through the hand at the table. Asking himself, did he call me with pocket 3s? Is he bluffing me with 2 clubs? Troy facing a call of close to 14,000 chips into a pot just over 32,000 chips. Getting about 2 1/4 to 1. He's in horrible shape, but he doesn't know that. He suspects it. And these are hard laydowns. Very, very difficult fold.
He had this disgusted look on his face. Is he a great actor? He was just slow playing his set.
Troy even asks himself, was he acting? Hey, it's a classic tell. Weak means strong, strong means weak.
All right, I call him.
He's going to make the call. You're not going to be happy. Francis shows his pocket deuces. Troy clearly expresses his feelings and shows his queens.